Facebook Live as well that's joining us, please get my good angle on the camera for this. I'm not, today in this session is all about trying to find out what it's like to be a student here at the university. And who else to hear that from is actually our current students. So we've got a whole range of current students from lots of different backgrounds, studying different courses, and we're going to be hearing a lot from them throughout this session. We will be taking questions as well at the end, and for everyone online as well, you can start posting us extra questions as well. We've had some in advance come into us, which is great, but obviously the more questions we can answer today, it's even going to be better for everyone. So we're going to kick off just by introducing the panel, first of all. Now, for those of you in the lecture theatre, you will see us using the microphone. However, it's magic. You will not hear our voices through this. This is just for the people on Facebook Live, so they can actually hear us all perfectly. So we'll start off at this end. If we can get our students to introduce themselves, maybe just say your name, your course, and where you're from would be a good start.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Nicolas. I come from Argentina. I'm studying a master's degree in international business here at the Stirling.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiffany and I'm from China. I'm studying master degrees of TESOL.
Hi everyone, I'm Helen and I'm studying English language and linguistics. That's my postgraduate degree.
Hi, I'm Helena from Ghana and I'm doing MSc Investment Analysis.
Hey, I'm Annalena. I'm from Germany and I study sports management.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm from the United States and I'm studying a master's in health psychology.
Excellent. So you can see we've got a whole range of different subjects and people from literally right around the world studying with us, which is great. That is quite typical. Here at Stirling, we do have over 120 different nationalities studying with us. But I think it'd be quite interesting to kind of hear from students, first of all, maybe about why a few of you decided to come to study at Stirling. Well, first of all, show of hands, who did their undergraduate degree here at Stirling? None of you, okay. So you all chose to come study from completely different countries, to come study in Scotland, come study at Stirling in particular. So let's maybe start off at the other end this time. So we'll kick off with you, Austin, if that's all right. Yeah. If you can give us an idea of maybe why you chose Stirling.
Yeah, certainly. So the reason I chose Stirling is actually because I got a scholarship to come study here through the Fulbright. It's a very prestigious national scholarship that allows Americans to come here and study. And there's also Fulbright opportunities for other students to come and study in America in case you're trying to look at all your options, but yeah.
So like I said before, I'm from Germany and I came to Stirling because firstly I wanted to study in English and secondly because the system is completely different. So we don't have essays or assignments. In Germany we only have exams and I'm not an exam person. And yeah, then secondly, also, thirdly, also the content, like sports management. I didn't find any master's degree which actually combined sport and management. It was always sport and business or sport and management. It wasn't sport management. And that was really what convinced me to come here.
Hi, I'm from Ghana again, and I chose to come here because I wanted to study on a multinational level, so I chose to come to Stirling. And also, I got a scholarship, that's a Karinapia scholarship, and that also helped me to come here. Moreover, my course is also affiliated to the Chartered Financial Analyst, so after this course, I would have been able to learn about 70% of the Chartered Financial Analyst program, so that helped me to, as I wanted to charter, and also to become a chartered financial analyst. So I chose to come to Stirling and to do the investment analysis program.
Hi from me. I think the reason why I chose Stirling, it was the fact that I couldn't find a nice linguistic degree that I would love to study in Greece. So I was looking for my options and then I went to a nice educational fair and I found the representative of University of Stirling, and I really liked, the communication that I had with him, and then I decided to apply for Stirling, and I have to say that I really fell in love when I came here first, and I see the surroundings and the university, and I'm really happy that I did this.
Thank you. I actually studied a postgraduate diploma here last year, and Into Center offered me a scholarship to continue study at Stirling, so I choose to stay in Stirling. And Stirling is a quite beautiful place. the TESOL module, the TESOL degree has the exactly modules that I want to do rather than in other unis. So these are the reasons I choose here.
Well, in my case, I was looking forward to study international business, so I thought that the international experience will be important as part of my studies. So I started doing some research on universities. I came across with this one. The drone images on the website were very selling. And then, well, I started my application process. Everyone here at the Stirling was extremely supportive during the process. That made me realize that, well, people care about me as a student here. And I even got a call from here. So I was surprised of how deeply they were connected to the students. And then also I got a scholarship. So that was pretty much it. I didn't have to think anything else. I just came here.
Excellent. Well, since a few of you have actually mentioned scholarships already, we actually got a question in from Leanne on Instagram, and it's about funding opportunities and about funding, because obviously it can be a bit daunting when you're looking to fund your masters. For those of you that got scholarships, how easy did you find the process of gaining your scholarship in terms of applying for it, finding out information? How did you find out about it?
Well, if I can take that one.
Yeah, go for it.
The website is very easy to understand. It helps you to search according to your nationality or your degree. So it's very easy to follow the path through the website, and then you will be provided with all the opportunities you may be able to apply for. And well, the instructions to apply are very clear as well. So I don't know if you want to anything different.
Was that quick?
And I think they have course-specific scholarships and also country-specific scholarships. So that one also helped. You can select it when you select your course and the country where you're coming from. The scholarships will just pop up and you read about it, and they are easy to understand.
And if you're interested in a Fulbright, you know, to go study in America, or if you're an American wanting to come here and study.
Obviously, come to Scotland.
Yes, of course. Yes. So it is a pretty lengthy process. It takes about a year to apply, and there's several sessions where they eliminate applicants. So it is a competitive process, but it's definitely worth it. And I think it's made all the like my opportunity here. It's given me so much free time to explore the culture and enjoy what Stirling has to offer.
So I think that kind of shows there's quite a range of scholarships out there, some offered by the university, many external ones as well. So there's lots of different funding opportunities to kind of look for. You mentioned that the application bit was quite straightforward for scholarships. What about your application for your course? How did you find that? How does anyone want to take a stab at that one? Tell us how you thought about the application for applying for your postgraduate.
I think personally I found it so easy. I mean, it was very easy, and it was a process that took me half an hour or so, I think. After that, I uploaded my my documents, all this stuff. So I think the process is really handy. It's easy to do. I don't know.
What I really want to mention is especially you just send in your application and you get enrolled or whatever, but you immediately get an email from like, oh, hey, I'm this and this person, and I'm your advisor, and I'm responsible for you, and if you have any questions, just reach out to me. So that really convinced me as well, because they really cared.
And that was at the application stage you were getting that?
Also in the application stage, you can just pop an email and they will answer straight away and just help you getting around. And yeah, that was really convincing for me as well, that that's the right choice.
Excellent. So obviously you're talking about the support that you got before you apply and during your application process, but now that you're here in your class, workflows increasing, how are you finding the support just now that you're finding in your classes?
I think that one too is very great, because my faculty, they are always ever willing to help you. Yeah, they have various supports, especially if you're an international student, you also want to stay and work or something. Yes, we have the Career and Employability Service, and they are also there to help you. So I think if you ask for the assistance, you will get it.
Excellent. And have any of you had to ask for assistance yet, or are you all finding it okay, your workloads? So far. How are you finding the adjustment from your undergraduate degree to your master's degree? Did you find it a big adjustment? How's the workload doing there? Oh, I'm guessing there's a story here.
Well, I came from a very different way of addressing studies at the university level. I used to study at night because that's how we do in my country. And then I came here, I'm studying full-time. I was used to study 4 hours a day. And now we have seminars, we have lectures, so many different options, all thought to improve ourselves, to push us to be able to present to a public, to be able to think or make our arguments about topics. It's very different. And it was challenging to adapt to all this, but at the same time, it's very rewarding. Notice that you are able to improve yourself and get a better professional of yourself by all those sort of challenge that we have to face.
Yeah, I agree that it is challenging for me, especially at the beginning of this semester, because in China we had different education system. We only had one big exam. It's the end of the semester, but here, actually, we only have 4 classes a week. But in order to prepare for the class, we have to do a lot of readings. We had to figure out a lot of the theories. And actually, I'm kind of living in the library, especially for the exam weeks.
But the library is great. I have to say that. Yeah, it's a lovely library. So yeah, I think I agree with you because in the Greek educational system that I came from, we had the same thing. I mean, we had exams, and now I have to get used to totally different educational system and different language. And yeah, it's sometimes it can be challenging. But what I really love is the fact that I'm doing what I love, and I have such a nice persons to support me. I mean, my teachers, and I have also the international experience living and studying here, which is totally a great feeling. It's not that you have a benefit that it's only professional. It's also a personal benefit. You can gain a lot from this experience. And I have to say that I really love that I'm finding myself being challenged from all this experience, because I'm learning a lot about me and about all the other world as well. So yeah.
I think one of the great things about Stirling is that we all come from very different countries and backgrounds, and especially if you live on campus, like for me, I live with people from Greece, Malaysia, Nigeria, China, and Thailand. So we're all going through the same thing. We're all adjusting to this new environment, and I really enjoy getting to speak with them and talk about what it's like for all of us. And so I think no matter what struggles you're dealing with, you'll find someone else that's also going through the same things, and you'll feel supported.
Oh, excellent. Well, talking about accommodation, a question's just popped in from T-Win on Facebook, who's apparently accepted an offer from us, so well done. Congratulations for that. But they're actually asking how easy was it for you guys to find accommodation? So just out of curiosity, who lives in university accommodation? Oh, so a few of you there. And I'm guessing, do you guys live private rented accommodation locally? Okay, so maybe if somebody does anyone stay on campus? Does anyone want to give us an insight into that accommodation perhaps? Oh, yep, back to Austin there.
Yeah, so I do live on campus. I live in Beach Court. And for anybody who's interested in on-campus accommodation, my recommendation is to apply as early as possible, because that way you put yourself in the best position to get, the accommodation that you really want. And as far as living on campus, especially if you're not used to this weather, it's really nice to be able to just wake up in the morning, throw on a coat or something, and just walk across the bridge to your class. So that's probably one of the biggest benefits to living on campus.
So we've obviously got on-campus accommodation, but we also have accommodation off-campus. Do you guys? Oh, you stay? Do you want to give us a bit of an insight into that accommodation?
I live 2 kilometers away from the university. It's good to change the environment so you don't feel like always all time at the university. But at the same time, you are still living in an accommodation run by the university with all the security that came with. I find the process very easy to follow. You just follow the instructions on the website. It's all an online process. And of course, one thing that I noticed that was very important, that accommodation for those who came here for the very first time, it's guaranteed. So that's something that even though you don't apply it 6 months in advance, you should be guaranteed a place here.
I think I applied on the same day and I got an offer the following day. Yes.
Oh, wow, excellent. We like to be efficient. And how is anyone living in maybe private rented accommodation? How did you find that? Was it quite easy to find? Do you live quite locally?
Well, actually, I found it quite easy because I was searching through, some sites that they are about private renting, and I found it. I have to say that yes, that I found it quite easy because university sent me an email with all the, the letting agencies and the site and all the useful information from early on. So I could be, I was able to find my accommodation on June, if I'm right. Yeah. So yeah.
Excellent. So obviously you guys have adjusted quite well to university life there. What was your first impression when you walked in on campus? Because obviously quite a few. What was the first thing that sprung to your mind when you came onto the campus?
I don't know where I have to go. That was the first impression. It's a huge place, and yeah, I didn't know where to go, so I just started walking, and I had to go to the student services hub, and after a time I found it. So in the meantime, I got to enjoy the view. I mean, the like everything. So
Has everyone's Instagram followers increased with all the pictures you post on
probably,
campus?
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So obviously we've had quite a few questions already come into us already that you guys are answering already, but I think it's about time if anyone has any questions in the lecture theatre just now. This is your chance to really grill the guys on the sofas. But you can be as nice or as cruel as you want for there. Oh, we've got a question right up at the back there. If you can give us a second, Leanne's going to run up there with the magic mic, and if you can shout it out to us as loud as you can, that would be brilliant. Go for it.
Do any of your programs have placements, and if so, where have they been, and have you been a good experience?
Okay, so obviously for those of you that can hear that, that's to do with if there's placements included within your master's degrees. So I don't know if you guys have any of you guys got, some of you do have in your course already. So if you want to maybe discuss that bit and give us an insight.
Yes,
Off you go, Tiffany.
Yeah, TESOL degree do have placements. One is actually start from next semester after Christmas. We should like teaching as a teacher assistant in Stirling or places around Stirling, like community college or even prisons. And the placement lasts for like 4 months, and we do have a placement into like Germany or Hungary after the end of the semester, the whole semester. Yeah, I mean.
And you guys have got some placements as well? Yes. Yeah, do you want to go for it?
Yes, yeah, thank you. Yeah, so for my course, I'm doing health psychology, and I'll start the placement next semester. I'm looking to do something in the NHS, and they're pretty flexible with how long you do the placement and what exactly you do, so that's nice. It gives you a lot of leeway to figure out where you want to go, who you want to shadow, and I find that the faculty are really supportive with helping me make sure I get a placement. That's their number one goal. They have options if you can't find a placement to where you can still do the assignment that's required of you, but they all want you to get a placement, so they're supportive of you getting it.
Excellent.
Yeah, so in sport management, we have also a placement to do. It's called professional practice. So you can literally choose any sport-related employer you want to work with. Some are working with the Scottish FA, some are going to a volleyball association. You can really choose, and it's about really like how much effort you're prepared to put in. So it's 60 hours, so you can do it in a few weeks. If you're really committed to it, you can spread it out. It's really up to you. And yeah, of course, they have placements which they offer you, so everyone gets a placement. But if you should take your initiative, if you're really interested in something, you can just approach anybody in the sports sector and ask for a placement. And yeah.
Excellent. So I think you can see there's quite a few different options there, and that's quite similar. You can look on our website and you'll be able to see all of our different courses, and it'll say if there's a compulsory placement, or there might be other opportunities where you can do something as an intern during the holidays and things like that as well, where our career service can help as well. Does anyone else have any questions? Some in the middle here. Oh, microphone already in hand. Brilliant.
This is just about accommodation. How do you pay for the rents? Do you make a job or something to pay for the rents?
Okay, so we've kind of got a two-pronged question there, I think, for that one. So that's obviously looking at payment for accommodation, so maybe if people got scholarships and things, or does any of you guys have part-time jobs as well, or if you've worked beforehand to save up to come to university, if you can give us a wee bit of an insight into that, that'd be good. Any volunteers? Oh, Austin's on it again, brilliant.
Yeah, so for me, since I live on campus, it's really simple. I live right next to the accommodation office, so I literally, when it's time to pay the bill, I just walk over, give them my debit card, and pay for it. As far as how you afford it, you just have to plan ahead with, how much it's going to cost per week. And you can get a part-time job, especially through the career service. I got a part-time job through them, and I also got another part-time job here with the university as a student ambassador. So, yeah, finding a part-time job is helpful, I think, with paying rent.
Aside that, I think when you apply for the accommodation, they will just tell you how you want to pay it, maybe monthly, or how the payments you want it to do. So after every month, you just go to the website, you have a dashboard, then you just pay it using your debit card or anything. Yeah.
I think it's quite fair to say we're quite flexible. You just agree with our payment terms at the beginning, and you can, within your rent, you will obviously get your utility bills and things like that covered in it as well, and you can also get your gym membership as well. Has anyone taken that out there? So, as Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, it's something we encourage. You don't just have to study sport to take part in it. There, I think we had some other questions. Oh, yep, in the middle as well. Brilliant.
So I'm someone who was hugely engaged with all sorts of different stuff besides my degree during my undergrad, but I'm now looking to do an MSc in a course that's hugely clinical placement based. And so I'm thinking, how do you manage your time with doing extracurricular things whilst having quite a demanding course?
I think it's fair to say most courses can be quite demanding in terms of workloads there. So how do you guys manage your time? What do you do when you're not studying and not living in the library the whole time, even though it's gorgeous? Any volunteers? Does anyone take part in any clubs or societies or anything like that?
Okay, coffee helps a lot. Yeah.
That applies to staff as well.
Yeah, coffee helps, of course. Well, I think that it depends on how your course is structured. In my case, I have block teaching, so I have one module at a time. So yes, we have a huge amount of work to do, but it's all related to the same topic. So it helps you to focus on just one topic at a time. Other than that, you get a lot of, at least in my case, we have a lot of work groups. So you get to divide your tasks with your groups. And at the end of the day, it always depends on how committed you are to your work and how you administered your own time. But usually you know from the very first day what the assignments are and what you have to do. So you have plenty of time to work on them. So yeah, so far I've been able to handle it. I won't say easily, but with enough time.
And you all agree with that one there?
Yeah. Actually, my tutors put all of the assignment deadline. It's the first day of the semester, so we are clear about the deadlines, and we usually have classes in the morning. So I'm getting up early, so my morning doesn't waste. So I plan to in the afternoon in the library or to discuss with my group members. Then I spend the night in the gym or just having fun outside with my friends. It's actually when you know your deadline, and your tutors will tell you instructions about how to do, like 2 weeks before the deadline. So it's there's plenty of time.
Yeah, I can agree to that. Yeah, because we in my master we have a very well organized program, and we know, as you said, we know before where there are these deadlines, what we have to do, so we can structure our schedule as we would like to work. And the great thing is that they are encourage us to do what we have to do not as, as a pain, but try to enjoy it, and trying also to find your personal, schedule. Because you don't want to, you don't want to end up studying too hard and having a breakout. So it's really, yeah, that's true. So it's really a nice opportunity to getting, multitasking things, and also getting to know your limits as well. So yeah, I think.
Excellent. Okay. Well, just before we can wrap up, has anyone got any other burning questions they'd like to ask in the audience just now? Because we've got another couple that came in online I think we'd like to ask. Yep. Oh, I think I saw a hand getting waved in the audience there. Oh, brilliant.
I'm just interested to learn more about the campus. So I'd just like to know what some of your favourite places on campus are to go.
Oh, a good one. Your favourite places on campus.
I would say the atrium. Yeah, when I go to the atrium, I just get to see a whole lot of people, and I'll tend to relax there. Maybe after a break, after learning, I just go there, relax, and see a whole lot of people moving around, and the shops and people eating. So I would say the atrium.
Yeah, I would say if you want to get some peace and if you just want to be alone or whatever, have a nice coffee, like downstairs, the Starbucks is for me the place to go. You can just sit on a couch, read a book, or enjoy your coffee and just relax from studying or whatever you were up to.
Any other advances on the atrium and coffee?
I do spend a lot of time in the gym because I pay for the membership with my with my accommodation. So yeah, I also go a lot of time to the gym, and it's very complete. They have a lot of options for you to enjoy and to work out. So, and there is a cafe there too as well. So
we're never short of a cafe on campus. Yeah.
I think university has a lot to offer. I mean, there are so many facilities, and there is also a cinema, and not only library and cafes and things like this. And it's really nice to know that there is library, and then there is a cinema, and if you like to take a break, you can go to see a movie, and enjoy yourself. So yeah, it's nice.
Excellent. Well, I've got quite a few other questions that came in on Facebook and Instagram, but I think you guys have answered quite a lot of them, so hopefully we've answered the questions from like Kelly and Jess and things like that about their part-time jobs and accommodation questions and things like that, so I think you guys have covered them already. But my last question to you all, okay, is if you could go back in time, what one bit of advice would you give yourself about coming to Stirling? So what would you wish you knew before you started that you do know now for that? So let's have a start at this end.
Okay, if I could give myself an advice, what good question. Okay.
Or if you'd rather someone that's looking to consider Stirling just now, that you could twist it around that way as well if you want.
Okay, take a very deep look at the program's structure. Be sure of what you want to do in the future. And be sure that the program you are looking for is what you really want to do in the future. The university is open to answer to you any question. So if you have just doubts, just ask them. They will be replied to you very easily, very fast. And yeah, just make sure that you are not studying because you have to, but because you want to study.
Yeah, I agree. Like, take a deep, close look to the modules. And another advice is don't be panic in the winter, especially like I get up at 7. I go to school in the dark and go back to home in the dark, and it's nice.
We do have sunlight in between.
I think I wish I knew that it's going to be challenging as well. I mean, I just dived into this experience and I said, yeah, let's go for it. I really, I was so excited about that. And then I found myself overwhelmed sometimes, challenged, but What really I think kept me really doing that is that I really love what I'm doing. I mean, linguistics, and the environment is really great. It's so stimulating and supporting. So I guess be prepared to challenge yourself, I would say. Yeah, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be fun and exciting, but also challenging as well.
Is that everything you guys are wanting to say there?
Probably also be prepared for the dialect. For me, it would. For me, I didn't think it would be so hard to understand some people, but you really have to concentrate sometimes. And yeah, never rely on bus timetables.
I was going to say this especially applies to people that come from warmer climates. Don't underestimate how cold it's going to get. Just bring lots of clothes. You can always take clothes off. You can't just magically pull out some more clothes. So just bring as much as you can.
Excellent. I'm blushing already at that comment. It's like, on behalf of everyone here, I just want to thank our students. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and answer all these questions. For those of you in the audience today, our students will be around throughout the rest of this evening as well. So please do go and approach them, ask some questions, along with our other students that we do have in the stands today as well. I think Nicholas summed it up in terms of don't be afraid to ask questions at any point. So throughout today, ask us lots of questions as staff members. And for those of you online as well, please message us in with any questions that you have. There's no such thing as a silly question for that. But do enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and thank you very much for coming along to our panel session. Thank you.